In this episode, Agar's laboratory and the lair of the Dragon Riders. I think it's called like that. Agar's laboratory is pretty short. It's not concluded in the story. It's just something extra for the ones that might care. And the lair of the Dragon Riders is probably the hardest dungeon in the game, despite the fact that it's not mandatory to the story either. There are worms in there and Cuisinarts, the same one from the Warlord's Fortress. As you might have seen then, they were quite powerful. This is Agar's laboratory. It's pretty easy. A few weak ass monsters in here, but it's not anything to worry about. Mainly Agar flying things, those, which are pretty weak. And a few flying eyes, and at the end you'll find a few liches as well. But overall it's a pretty easy dungeon. Now, there is a way to skip this part. You can just use jump to get over, but I'm not going to do that. I'll show you how to actually beat the dungeon. It's not hard at all, because there's a few flying eyes here, which can cause trouble. But for the main part, the monsters in here are easily dispatched, and you shouldn't have too much problem overall. And by having pressed this switch, one of the two, you'll open the wall which blocks the teleporter, or the stairs down. And yes, these can dispel magic, which is highly annoying. But for the main part, it's just rushing down. There's two of these elevators, and then you're at the end already, so it's pretty short. And this should once again lead to a big room with wannabe flying things. I'll throw in a fireball for good measure. And then I believe to the left is another switch. And some more eyes under the floor. Finding a lot of rings here. And this is pretty much the end of the dungeon already. Water magic ring. It's not too bad. What does she have currently? Oh, she doesn't even have a 6th ring. She can have the water magic one then. Treasure chest over here, and there's booby trap. I think it's empty as well. Yep. Not a ring of light magic. Don't even have room for it on my fingers. Left is the exit, and to the right you'll find Agar with his eyes. One full room. So he's just a power lich. I don't think there's anything special about him. So I'm going to throw in a Dragon's Breath here, which completely annihilates the entire room pretty much. Don't touch the cauldron, it's an instant death. In this chest, nothing worthwhile. And a page from Agar's journal, describing how Castle Kriegspire was overrun by minotaurs.
Very nice.
And we find a ring of Agar. Completely useless. And that was this dungeon. Nothing more to it. Not gonna bother with those. I'll fly directly to the halls of the Dragon Riders. Which is here. Caves of the Dragon Riders even.
I'm not familiar with these surroundings.
Get my buffs going again. Shouldn't be anything in here that can dispel those. It's just a set of tunnels leading down to a big room with some worms and Cuisinarts. Now, I'm going to assume I can just take these out in melee. Because I'm that powerful now. Might be an idea to throw in a few heals. Use a shared life. There we go. That was one room. Now with a little luck you'll find a relic from one of these. Or an artifact. And there's chests here as well, with probably the highest level of loot. But I'm not gonna bother picking all this up. And I said highest level of loot, well, a little bit of bad luck here, I guess. Just gonna keep him insane. Even more might. I think there's 5 or 6 of these rooms, which I should be able to take on now. But this is one of the harder dungeons if you're not terribly overgeared, or overpowered, overleveled, whatever you want to call it. Let's see, this just asks for something, but I know they're immune to poison. So I suppose a fireball is in order. And the fireball does crazy amounts of damage. And when they're starting to separate, I'll just finish them off individually. There we go. That was the second room. In here, Doomslay Cloak. And a ton of gold. Inventory is probably completely full already. Yep.
This ought to do.
I'll identify all those later and sell them all off. Probably train up a few levels from this dungeon too. Probably 1 or 2. Oh, I skipped one hole here. And there's a lonely worm out here. This branches off in 2 directions. This room isn't too full. And Knight is just annihilating these things. And healing himself in the process. I love that dagger. More useless items. Just hoping for a relic drop here. In this barrel, plate armor of life. And another chest completely full with all sorts of stuff. Take that one along. I'll take this one along too. That was a true crossbow of the dragon. Let's see. Probably an upgrade for you. And that's just because the dragon mod is just incredibly nice. If you can get this on a dagger, you're pretty much golden for the rest of the game with that dagger. Disease immunity cloak. And some pretty crappy items. Think this way. And this is a room with some Cuisinarts, which I'm not gonna rush into because they can still hurt. Mainly because of their large health pools. And one got around from behind me. Strange enough, those worms didn't see me yet. And this is a good moment for Dragon's Breath as well. It does hurt. Characters are getting feared. It's quite annoying. Takes care of those. There's one on the run, but he's been killed now. I doubt these plate armors are worth picking up. 3 treasure chests in this one. I think that's because there's a scroll in one of those.
Aha! 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 Ho! Ho!
We found another Mordred. That's pretty cool. Definitely gonna use that one.
Ha! Oh!
A diary page. Attempting to use force on the dragon towers was a mistake. We lost nearly a score of our mounts and the attack and barely managed to deactivate the towers. They located the keys. Well, this describes the clan of the Dragon Riders taking the keys from the dragon towers, and now they have the ability to ride around for free,
Aha! Ah!
having deactivated the towers. That was probably from a long while ago, because I already activated them
Aha!
again. Or deactivated them again. About that Mordred, probably gonna give that to you. Or you. No, probably you.
Aha!
This is a pretty good dagger too, but already have better now. Remove that fear too. And go down this one. It's pretty nice having 2 of your characters auto-regenerate health by attacking. And that's just why I love that dagger so much. You can literally see the amounts she's draining because her health is that low. You can just see it jumping up.
This ought to do.
2 more chests.
Mm. Ho! Ho! Mm. Ah.
another dragon bow. Um, let's see. We can use this one. Train hit points, yeah. Probably useless. Doesn't work on ranged or melee attacks. And this is probably useless spear too. Yep. Cast a shell life. Just a few more tunnels to go. And this one leads to a pretty big one. 3 groups of worms. And the Cuisinart. Look like many, but there's just a little. Just 3 more left. I thought it was way more. Probably deceived by the size of the room.
Very nice. Very nice. Oh!
Unless they're a relic, I won't bother taking them along.
Very nice.
They're all good items, but
Ah,
I have enough place for all of those.
very nice. Oh! Ah.
There's no treasure chest here either. Oh well. Just one more to go, I believe. And there's Cuisinarts in this one. Let's see if I can place it. Dragon's Breath, yep. 700 points of damage. She doesn't have enough spell points for another one. Sadly. I'm just gonna use a few Fire Blasts in that case. Gotta watch my High Priest there. That's 250 health. He should be fine. I do not want to get overrun here, so I'm gonna take out the smaller ones first. Cleans it up a little. Could have never dreamed to become this powerful. Dealing this much damage is just far beyond what I thought was possible. But I guess with a little help from light magic. She completely healed herself by attacking now. There we go. Oh, there's a few more. Thought we were done here.
Ho! 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 Ho!
That should be the end of this dungeon.
Very nice.
With 2 more chests here.
Ho! Ho! Ah! Ho! Ah! Ah! Got it. Ho!
Fly.
Ah!
I can't learn that.
No, I know it.
Aha!
Useless guide shield. A bunch of plate armors. And that's that. Time to get out of here. Sell that all off. I'll see you guys back in a few seconds. Welcome back. We're in Freehaven now, and we're on our way to the last quest we'll ever have to do in here. That is collecting the ancient weapons from the control center. For that we have to enter the Oracle and ask him to teleport us there. This is probably a dungeon I'm not going to complete, because I will only need 1 blaster weapon. But inside the control center
I had a bad feeling about
you have these computer terminals, and I believe the one I need is pretty close. There should be one that teaches you the ancient weapon skill, pretty close to the entrance. And these things break your gear too. Inside these chests, usually you'll find small blaster rifles,
Got it.
like these.
Ah!
And these are weapons I don't like using. They make you feel completely useless, besides the use of normal items. Because they're incredibly fast, they recharge like crazy, and their damage isn't too bad, but because they're high speed, they allow about 5 or 6 shots fired, while you can only fire 1 spell between that time. They're incredibly fast, and I'll show you in a bit because I can probably use them in a few moments. There's a tablet on a wall that teaches you how to use them.
Good as new. It's fixed.
I'll have to find it first. It should be close.
fixed.
Main meeting hall, visit the... Right. That is a Terminator, and that was eradication on my priest. That royally sucks. That's a Terminator unit. Instant kill units. I downport a lot of here because I don't want my priest to be eradicated, because I can't do any healing like that. There's no way to become immune for eradication, so... No, they can't even cure that. Then what do I do? How do I cure eradication? If I even can. Maybe the temple in Castle Ironfist can? Well, let's hope so, because There's no other way for me to cure her.
Service.
No, they can't either.
Come on, I'm trusting.
Hmm. How does one cure eradication in that case? Because there's only one of my characters that can learn the spell, and that's the priest. Guess I'll have to look that up. I'll be right back. Looks like I can cure it in Freehaven. Should have come up with that myself. Well, let's hope they can, because otherwise I'm just dragging along a useless body. They can. So they're probably the only ones that can. So if you're running a party without a healer, Freehaven is your best bet. Now I do have to run all the way back to the dungeon, but that's okay. So good to see your face again instead of the skull. Eradication means total obliteration. Your body isn't even there anymore, so I don't know how they would cure it, but well, they can, so let's see. Don't they know the skill? No, they don't. Well, I thought it was the first room on the left, but this doesn't take me anywhere. Something broke.
I've repaired it.
Oh!
Well, that might just be it. Yeah, this is it. Now they have the blaster skill. And because blasters are magic damage, putting points in this skill is completely useless because it can't be resisted. And you can't miss with the attack either. And I'm just gonna give it to my cleric because she's the one using the slowest weapon. And with this, we won't need to continue this dungeon. If you do want to pick up multiple blaster rifles, there's bigger versions of these blaster rifles, more damage. Doesn't really matter at all. You can continue this dungeon and find them, but I won't have to because I think my melee damage outdoes the ancient weaponry damage.
Let's get out of here.
And with that, I believe we can now go to Sweetwater and clear out the hive. I'll show you how fast it is. It's just not fun using it, so I'm gonna keep it in my inventory and only use it when I have to, and that's when destroying the reactor inside the hive. It's on this mountain. You can't get there by flying because it's just too high. What you can do is land on this ledge and use jump, not fireball. Oops. Use jump to get higher. You should be able to crawl your way up. And this is the hive. The outer walls are from constructed material. Unknown constructed material. It's a pretty big dungeon. The only monsters in here are those demons, which you should be able to take care of pretty easily now. However, the numbers in here are just insane. So what I like to do is just wait up here for a few of them to come up and then take them out. The main damage these deal are fire. So if you have fire resistant gear, you can equip that. I didn't find the need to. Now because of the sheer numbers here, you'll have a hard time getting few attacks in because they attack that often too. The damage they deal is not that scary actually. And it looks like they can disease you. This dungeon has a reset timer of a week. So if you exit this place and come back a week later after training or whatever, everything will have respawned. That might be something to keep in mind if you're not too strong. And now pretty much all that's left here is a few of them on the ground. Because the last few don't want to come up. Well, let's see if I can get the last few in a few dragon breaths. Hope it's not too many of them. That's not too bad. Throw in a dragon's breath here and I think they'll all be dead. Most of them anyway. And that's that. I believe one of these pitfalls take you where you need to go, but I don't know which one it is, so I'm just gonna jump down and find out. Keep in mind this is an alien race, so that just leads us back to the entrance. And that's the flush sequence in progress, which makes you able to jump down here. With the single Devil Master. And this takes you out to a decently sized room, it looks like. I'm gonna assume there's demons in here. Yeah, there are. Let's throw in a dragon's breath here. Completely annihilates these. It's a good thing these are not resistant to poison. That makes this place so much easier. Doing good so far. Let's take a look where this door takes us. It's locked. Then can we go up here?
Yes.
That's nothing. And then can we go through here? Yeah, we can. Then we'll head this way. Nothing here. Sure as hell looks like a door. Can probably only be opened from the other side then. And this takes us back to the main room too. Well, I suppose we'll need to find the key then. That's a switch, I suppose. And this would be a good place for shrapnel, which I don't have, but would be a good place. Just gonna molly them. If you see the warning flush system activated, you'll need to step on one of these protected tiles. You won't take damage from it then. And that's a chest. With just a bit of gold. I was hoping for a key there. And now you take some residual damage every few seconds. That takes us back here as well. Still a tunnel left to go. Let's see where this one takes us. That's just an empty room. This tunnel probably takes me back to the entrance. But I can see something on the floor here. At least I think it's here. Might just be above me, I don't know. And we have a sideway with a door. And another chest. Well, I thought it was a chest. It's not. There is a switch here though. No idea what it triggers, but I just press it as well. There's a chest here. With nothing I care about. There's nothing here. This goes all the way around. There's a gag with 20 hit points. Oh, that's healing. Looks like infinite uses. This takes us back to the main room as well. And there's one final bit to go, I think. Suppose there's a switch here too, and then all those combined should have opened the locked door. And they drained my priest's spell points. So we're out of luck if we need healing now. It's empty. It's empty too. I don't know what that is. Empty as well, and this one's empty too. Looks like there's a chest in here. Now they drained my sorcerer's spell points as well, so we can't downpour a lot of here. Nothing useful. That was useless. All that for a chest with nothing in it. One more chest. This one has the key. And we're close to 100,000 gold now. No, to 1,000,000 even. And now we should be able to enter that door by jumping down here. Still don't know what those switches did. But we should be able to go here now. Which takes us to haha, a pit and a door and the main reactor. And do note, this thing can only be damaged with ancient weaponry. So I equip the blaster and start firing. And yeah, this might seem bugged, but it's intended. Or not. Halfway. Once you kill the reactor, you'll be faced with the queen. I believe all your buffs and no, you get all your mana back even. But beware, the entire room is filled with demons, and you get to face the demon queen. 1300 hit points, which is practically nothing. and she should fall incredibly fast. If you have a character with shrapnel, she should be dead in 1 or 2 casts. She's almost dead now. And there she goes.
Yes, look at that. That was my work. Good job by me. He's gone. I'm here.
And he goes on babbling about his victory. And then once you enter this door, you will get the ending screen. Congratulations! Your valiant efforts and heroic deeds have saved the kingdom from the scourge of devils and fanatic conspirators. With the fall of the alien masters, the priests of the Temple of Ba scattered to the wind, leaving their followers to wonder at their absence, and the rest of Enroth to rejoice for the restoration of peace and order. My time saving Enroth was 11 months and 21 days. I have done this way faster, of course, but as this was my let's play, I figured might be better not to rush things. My score is 40,438 points, and once you continue this screen, you get a notice saying that you saved the screen as a picture somewhere in a folder, and you can look out for Heroes 3 and Might and Magic 7 soon. Press escape to continue, then you end up back in New Sorpical with all the townsfolk still dead. You get an award for saving Enroth, destroy the Hive and save Enroth, and after that you can pretty much roam around and do nothing, because I have, I think, completed all the quests in the game. So this is the end of the current Let's Play. I hope you all enjoyed it. I sure did. And you can all look out for Secret of Evermore next, I think. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.